Still publishing. All right. Start it off.
Holy Toledo.
We made it!
Right? Happy Friday. Welcome back to another Shit Talk Fridays. I'm Gina.
And I'm Evo.
And tonight we are drinking...
We're drinking for the 5th time.
a gnarled wine, which is my favorite of all of 2020. And it actually made its way in like squeak, squeak, like right towards the end of 2020.
Yeah.
And I have not been able to stop thinking about this wine since we had it like the 3rd week of November.
Yeah.
So let's cheers. And just real quick, a gnarled vine, Cabernet Sauvignon, California, 2017. Cheers. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. And cheers, Edgar. Always good to see you. Oh.
And of course, the moment we go live, one of our gatos are here. You can see her little head poking up.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. What's up, mama girl?
She wants to come jump up, and I feel so bad. You want to come? So tonight, we have decided that we want to wrap up 2020 for you. I know plenty of people that are probably like, why, in dear God's name, would you want to wrap up 2020?
Oh, damn.
Because if anything, a lot of people just want to take 2020 and throw that shit in the trash. But Evo and I thought that there were a lot of great things to come out of 2020.
Definitely some good stuff that came out
right?
of 2020. I don't think it's all meant to be scrapped.
I agree. So we want to share with you some of these things that have come out from 2020. But before we get into that, I have a few announcements to make. First and foremost, if you were present for our last live, Evo was really upset about the fact that Die Hard was considered a Christmas movie. So over the past week, people have been messaging Evo, trying to convince him that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And I will say this, he is not convinced.
Nope, can't tell me nothing.
No one has given him a solid enough fact for Die Hard to be considered a movie.
Nobody's presented a compelling enough argument to make me think otherwise. So until then, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
I will say this. Your one friend that messaged you and said that he wore a Santa hat.
He said, my man York, if you watch the stream, I got your message. He tried to tell me that he's got a Christmas hat on. That's it. It's a Christmas movie. I don't know. I need a lot more Christmas.
Yes.
To make it a Christmas movie for me, but it was a good argument, York.
It didn't make my list of movies to recommend for Christmas. So I'm not even here to argue with you. But the fact that it's been over a week and so many people have tried to convince you and you ain't trying to hear that shit, Evo is standing firm. But even more so, some really big announcements have been brought out by Disney Plus. And if you haven't heard them, spoiler alert, I'm about to tell you. So Disney decided to drop hella bombs yesterday via all platforms of social media and release and announce all of their series that are coming out on Disney Plus. I'm going to go over some of them. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I had to share these with you because I'm a huge Marvel and Star Wars fan, and Disney is releasing some amazing series that I can't fucking wait for because I think 2021 is going to be filled with some amazing TV and I can't wait for it.
I agree.
So first and foremost, Disney Plus has announced that my man, Charlie Cox, will be reprising his role as Daredevil, and then he will be seen in Spider-Man 3. And if anyone else hasn't heard, the new Spider-Man 3 movie to be coming out, I believe in 2022, is going to have all 3 of the Spider-Mans, which is Tobey Maguire, and
Spider-Mans.
Like I said, 3 Spider-Mans. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. All 3 of them will be in this new Spider-Man 3 movie.
It's like a triple threat.
So the Spider-Man series is near and dear to my heart because it is actually one of my son's favorite like Marvel heroes movies, right. And he watched it from when he was very young. So to know that he's now going to be able to watch it and like he can watch it with his little sister, I think it's going to be pretty fucking epic. But just to give you a little bit of background, because a lot of people are probably wondering how in the hell how are they gonna like bring in these 2 other Spider-Mans into the current Tom Holland Spider-Man?
Right.
So from some of the research I've done, what the claims are is Wanda, who is also getting her own show starting in January, she has the ability to manipulate reality. She's going to manipulate reality so that she could live in a perfect world with Vision, who, spoiler alert, if you don't know, fucking died in Endgame.
Poor people.
So she's going to create a fake world. And potentially what's going to happen is in this world that she creates, she opens up portals. And these portals that she opens up brings in villains and superheroes. In addition to that, somehow Doctor Strange gets mixed up into there because he can also manipulate time and reality. So that's all I really know, but I'm fucking hella excited. So let's move on to some of the other announcements that Disney has made.
Before you move forward,
Okay.
Eddie has a question.
Okay. So is Tobey Maguire going to play the middle-aged, has-been Spider-Man? Great casting. So I actually saw a photo of Tobey Maguire that was released on Twitter of him going to set to try on for Spider-Man fitting. And Tobey Maguire looking alright. I don't know if he'd been in the gym during COVID or what, but he was looking alright. So I don't know if he's going to look too has-been. You know, a couple little this here, a little bit of this here. He'd be alright.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Listen, I'm excited. But I have read that Tobey Maguire is somewhat difficult to work with. So let's see how that works out. But so let's go down some of the other things that Disney has released that I'm really excited about. So they're going to release a Loki series. Spoiler alert, if you didn't see Endgame, when they go back in time and they try to get the other vials that they need in order to go back in time, there's that one portion where Iron Man is supposed to have the time stone and it slips out of their hand and Loki steals it and and that's where his story now picks up, because that is another version of Loki, because he then potentially, that's like another version of him. He didn't die near them. So he's going to get his own fucking series.
Nice.
And I'm so excited because in the clip, he was like, what did you expect? And because he's the god of mischief. So like, hello.
Right.
It makes so much sense, because when he died, a bitch was traumatized, because who doesn't like Loki? He's snarky. He's got some funny ass comments. He's like, you love him, you hate him because he does some sneaky shit. Yeah. But I'm all for it.
I like him because he dances that fine line between I'm your friend and I'm about to screw you over.
In addition, Evil's getting his dream come true.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hawkeye will be getting his own fucking series.
Yo, can we get a round of applause for Hawkeye? Yo, for real. Finally,
Yo,
the man.
I'm really excited to see that, because I really do like Hawkeye, and I love the fact that he is not a superhero, like potentially. Not potentially. He doesn't have like any superpowers. He's just a regular man on a fucking mission.
A regular schmegular dude.
Regular schmegular. So She-Hulk will be getting her own series, which I'm also very excited about, because our daughter, that is her favorite character in Fortnite, and she's always talking about She-Hulk, and I think it's going to be nice for her to be able to see that character come to life. Captain Marvel 2 will be coming out. Falcon and the Winter Soldier are getting their own series, like I said before, WandaVision, and they're coming out with a new series for Miss Marvel. And what's really exciting about that, the actor that is playing Miss Marvel, she is of Pakistani descent. So this is going to be the first time that you are seeing an actress playing a superhero that has that type of cultural background. So I think that's really big for that community, and I'm really excited to see that. They're also coming out with a cartoon version or an animated version called What If, and it's like a play on reality. And from the clips, Captain America is actually not Captain America. Do you remember in the movie Captain America, his love interest of his life? She actually becomes Captain America. So like there's some flip-floppy in there, so I'm kind of excited to see that. So I'm going to take a breath before I say these next 3 things. Okay. They have also announced new series for Star Wars. First and foremost, we know that the Obi-Wan Obi-Wan Kenobi series with Ewan McGregor is definitely coming out. They just fucking announced yesterday that Hayden Christensen is going to reprise his role as Darth Vader. All the hair on my body.
We have just lost Cabin Preston.
Oh, Melissa said no to Hawkeye, Eva.
You know what, Melissa? I'm gonna see you.
I mean, Hawkeye doesn't do anything. He just shoots
what?
arrows.
Hawkeye's the man. I love him.
All he does is shoot arrows.
But listen, the simple fact that.
Look, if I could fight and shoot arrows, I would be Hawkeye.
Okay, but the simple fact is that he's an X-Men.
All he does is shoot arrows.
Exactly. So what type of person does it take to just be able to just only have
You mean he's an X-Men? You mean he's an Avenger?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Whoa.
Excuse me. He's an Avenger. And so the fact that he doesn't have any powers and he's part of the Avengers just says everything. You don't even have to say no more. That's you get like that's a
well,
super.
Black Widow also doesn't have any powers.
Exactly.
I don't think your little arrows are gonna do anything against Thanos. I don't know what you're trying to
so,
do.
Okay, listen, hold on a second. Melissa's thanking Mateo, and the fact that Melissa's thanking Mateo, we need to move on.
You know what? Screw both of you.
I'm very excited for this new Star Wars. My best friend Melissa's son and me were actually texting about this. Ahsoka's gonna be getting her own fucking TV series. And if, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who Ahsoka is, do yourself a favor. After this live, go and watch a clip of who Ahsoka is. She was introduced in the Clone Wars, which takes place between episode 2 and 3 in the Star Wars universe. And I will say this, Ahsoka's a bad bitch. I cannot wait to see her fucking series. And they introduced her in The Mandalorian. Spoiler if you haven't fucking seen that either, I'm sorry. I'm really excited because Rosario Dawson is playing her and she did a hell of a job. So I can't wait to see her in her own personal series. And then think about all the other Jedis that they're going to introduce during that time.
Listen, the gravy train has left the building.
And in addition to that, they are releasing if anyone saw Rogue one of the main characters in Rogue One, who helps get the message to Princess Leia, which then begins the New Hope, because Rogue One takes place before the New Hope. They are now doing an Andor series, which tells the story of the guy that helps her. I forget his name. I want to say maybe his name was Andor. I don't know. And then they're also coming out with another animation series called The Bad Batch, which kind of takes place right after the Clone Wars, which is an animation. So, 2021, I don't even give a fuck what the fuck happens in 2021. But just know I'm going to be in my house watching all types of Disney Plus. Evo, I love you and my husband. I'm going to be married to Disney Plus.
What are you talking about? I'm going to be right there with you.
Oh my God, you said. I love you. Even though you're going to be like, what's happening? You're going to be like, do you not know what this is?
I'm a little confused, though, about the Hayden Christensen being Darth Vader. Because, like, once he finished playing Anakin, other actors played Darth Vader. So, like...
What do you mean other actors played Darth Vader? What other actors?
He was the actor that was being played when they were transitioning into Anakin becoming Darth Vader. But after Darth Vader became Darth Vader, it was other actors
You
that were Darth Vader.
You mean episodes 6, 7, and 8?
I don't know what episodes, but after...
Okay, so since you don't know what episodes, then just stop talking. So let me just read, because you have to understand what that means. It's the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, so it takes place right after he becomes Darth Vader. Yeah. So it makes sense for him to reprise his role.
Okay, no.
Okay, I love you.
You could have just explained that instead of...
Okay, so Edgar says that some of the stuff that we're talking about reminds him of the comics crossovers from the 90s. Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, and The Incredible Spider-Man. And we all know that Edgar knows a lot about comics, so yeah, I hope he's just as excited as I am.
I'm sure he is.
Because the bitch is ready. I'm going to be like, Happy New Year, turn on Disney+. And Melissa says, we threw axes and knives, and that was cooler than Hawkeye. She just straight shitting on your Hawkeye.
Melissa, listen, I'm going to remember you when Christmas comes around, Melissa.
Oh, shit.
All right?
She's going to get a bag of coal. And Eddie says that he thinks that Hayden Christensen is a horrible actor.
I don't like him as an actor either. I'm not going to front. I told you that. You knew this way before we even did this live, that I did not like his...
I've seen him in other movies. I loved him in The Brothers. And okay. Eddie says, is Rosario Dawson going to play Ahsoka? Yes, she is, Eddie. Spoiler alert. Please go watch The Mandalorian Season 2, and you will see badass Rosario Dawson fucking kicking ass as Ahsoka. I'm so excited. My next door neighbor, her and I are so amped about this that, like, I think her and I are gonna have to have like one of those like things where we could talk to each other. I'm like, yo, did you just see what just happened? Because I need to talk to people about this kind of stuff because I get so crazy about it.
You get turned up.
Okay, so I just had to talk about those things really quick. I didn't want to go too far in it because I want to get to our topic for tonight, which is the 2020 wrap-up, where we wrap up 2020 and fucking get rid of that shit. But we do believe that there were some really great things that came out of 2020.
Yeah,
so let's get into them. But let me just read. So Edgar says, now that Disney has 20th Century Fox, the Uncanny X-Men should be on the horizon. That would be fucking amazing because I would love to see a badass Gambit. I loved Gambit, and I also loved the storyline between Gambit and Rogue, which I believe is part of the Uncanny X-Men thing-a-majig. Because if I remember correctly, Edgar said on a past live that the Uncanny X-Men is the one that we watched growing up on cartoons. So that would be with Gambit, with Jubilee, Wolverine, Rogue, the Beast, Professor X. Am I missing anybody?
Cyclops.
You are 100% right
Storm.
on that. You are fucking 150% right on that. How can I not forget Storm? She's the only chick of color on there.
Yeah, for real.
Mystique? I don't even know, bro.
Yes, and Jean Grey. Hello. Because that's where the whole Phoenix thing takes part. Ooh, God. So Edgar says yes. So I'm correct. That makes me happy. I love that. I like have someone here to be like, yes, Gina, you are correct.
She's co-signing everything you're saying.
Okay, so let's go over some of the best things to come out of 2020. I'm going to go over these things in no particular order, and I decided to talk about them because these are some of the things that when they happened during 2020, I myself was really happy about them. Even though we were living in a fucking COVID-19 world, I still found real joy in a lot of these things. So first and foremost, because I am a fucking tree hugger all the way, one of the things that happened at the height of COVID was how we started to see how nature started to reclaim the world. So one of the first things that I remember seeing that kind of blew my mind was when the canals in Venice cleared up.
Yes.
And people in Venice had never seen the canals that clean.
Not only did they clean up, but
there was fucking dolphins in that shit.
Fish.
And dolphins.
Yeah.
In the canal.
Right.
And to my understanding, the reason why the canal is never that clean, because right around that time of year, they're actually probably at their height of tourism. And there's a lot of gondolas, and there's a lot of movement in the water, and a lot of pollution. So the water's constantly dirty.
Yeah.
And I just hope, I don't live there and I don't know, but I would hope that the people of that community would look at that and say, don't we always want to see it like this?
You would think so, but those are the little things that people don't appreciate,
So I would hope that that is something. So in addition to because that was one of the big things I remember seeing, and I remember just being so in awe of that, because I feel like water is one of the things that's easily polluted in addition to air. So some of the clearest skies were seen in California, India, and China, because a lot of manufacturing had been shut down. Less CO2 in the air due to people commuting, which I thought was fucking amazing. There was moments in China that people were talking about that they had traveled to China, and the first time they stepped into China, they actually they felt somewhat sick because there was so much pollution in the air that their bodies had to adjust to it. And now back at the height of COVID, the air was so clear that people were actually having to almost adjust the other way. Right. Because they were breathing a different type of air.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest example of that is happening now.
Say hello to your mom.
Hi, Mom. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. I think the biggest example of that is Chernobyl.
Oh, yes. I didn't even think about that.
So Chernobyl was about, I think it was 50 years ago that Chernobyl happened. And, because they evacuated everybody and they made it a non-livable area.
Well, it's also non-livable because there's so much radiation.
Yeah. But nature came back. Nature took over.
Yeah.
The plants and wildlife grew wildly. Animals came back in. I mean, it's just amazing. There's video footage of it now, and it's just covered in wildlife. All the buildings are wrapped in green. Like, just Mother Nature just took back over. And
it just reminds me of one of my favorite animation movies, which is Fern Gully, when they talk about, make it grow and how nature will always find a way.
Absolutely.
I just hope, and hope is also, on the other side of hope is despair, but I just hope that people around the world are able to take a snapshot of how the world looked without all this pollution and said, this is the type of world we want for us and for our children.
Yeah.
And hopefully make steps, because a lot of people talk about going back to normal. Like, I don't want to go back to normal. I want to go back to a better version of the world. That's just the way that I feel.
Yeah.
And I can't speak for everyone else, because I know that a lot of people are experiencing hardships that I myself am not experiencing. But I would hope that people would still just want a better world overall.
Not everybody feels that way. Now, that's unfortunate.
Yes, and I know a lot of people don't feel that way because, I'm always that stupid idiot at freaking Target with my reusable bags and the people in line are looking at me like hella annoyed.
Double bag that, please.
So Edgar, I think, is also concurring with what I was saying. He's saying Gambit, when we were talking about the Uncanny X-Men. So Gambit, Rogue, Beast, Cyclops. Oh, Cyclops. I forgot about that. Which you said. Wolverine, Jean Grey.
Jubilee.
Oh, Psylocke. I'm reading that.
Psylocke.
Psylocke. So Psylocke, okay, you don't know that much. So Psylocke, she is the one, she's the female with, like, she can, like, almost make, I can't explain her power, but she is in the X-Men movie where they bring back that Egyptian god, and he brings his 3 men, and he chooses the young Storm, Psylocke, and the Angel. Okay. Anyways, so Psylocke, Jean Grey, Cyclops, and Jubilee. And Edgar says Chernobyl happened in the 80s.
Okay, I stand corrected. I know it was definitely over, like a long time ago.
Oh.
I watched a documentary on it recently, and I was pretty sure that they said that was that long ago. But
wow, that's
actually not that long ago.
That's 40 years ago because I was born in the 80s.
Yeah, so close enough.
And then so then Edgar says that Gorbachev was in power at the time.
Yes.
And if anybody knows, the minute he says Gorbachev, I think about that little fucking on his head.
Yeah, it's why section was up here on top.
And then EDJPC says that they love Fern Gully. And hi, Sonia. Welcome to the stream. So glad that you can make it. So that was something that I was, like, super happy about. Because, like I said, I'm a fucking tree hugger.
Yeah.
But I know there's some people that could really give a shit. So let's go on to the things that are maybe not as groundbreaking, but sure as hell kept my ass entertained. Come on, TikTok. If you didn't get on TikTok during 2020, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Where the fuck were you? That's the question.
Because it was all about TikTok in 2020.
I've seen grandmas on TikTok. So, like, if you...
And there are some grandmas I love on TikTok.
And then there's some grandmas and grandpas on TikTok that got hella followers.
That one grandpa that's got like 4 million followers.
Yeah, and with this one that dances?
No, well, he kind of dances, but like it's his TikTok is filled with like a variety of stuff.
No, this is one grandpa that he just seems like he's living his best life. He's in there he's dancing to all different songs, doing like all these little dance moves. Just
Listen,
chilling.
there are 2 people on TikTok that I follow that are fashion people, and they're both over the age of 60.
There's also a fashion page where a guy dresses up his grandpa.
Yeah, that's the guy that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about him, but then there's also this Asian
He's
woman.
like dappered out.
Yo, he just got sponsored from a brand.
I believe it.
There also is an Asian lady that I follow. She's easily in her 60s. For sure. And her style, I would wear every single thing that she posts. There's like, because you know me, I always want to dress like, as much as I could dress like masculine, I would do it. And her style is super masculine. But the fact that she's in her 60s, I'm like, I want that to be me when I'm 60. So like, if you haven't been on TikTok by now, please just do yourself a favor. If you at one time in your life enjoyed Vine, TikTok is the new Vine,
Basically.
but probably almost even a little bit better because of the music aspect of it.
Yeah.
The fact that you can like experience new music through TikTok.
Well, so
Which
it's
I would
like
actually kinda get into that
Vine
later.
slash SoundCloud. Because
Yes.
like a lot of people have been breaking artists
Because
of TikTok.
Because
More
of TikTok.
Vine and Musically.
Well, musically is TikTok. Musically turned into TikTok.
I know.
Yeah. So
But,
what I'm saying is like Vine
With the funny videos.
yeah,
and all that.
Vine created the world of what we have now with TikTok.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you took Musically, like the music aspect and the funny aspect of Vine, it would.
Yeah, listen. TikTok for me is such a enjoyment because after a while what tends to happen is your TikTok will start to like feed you content that you want to see based on what you're liking.
It's curating your feed.
Yeah, it's curating your feed, which I sometimes 100% love because it's giving me a lot of stuff that I want. But then there's times I just go through the hashtags to find totally new content. So if you haven't been on TikTok at this point, I honestly don't know what the fuck you're doing in real life. So Edgar says, not a TikTok fan nor follower. Call me an old fogey. Yo, old fuddy-duddy. Listen, I don't even think TikTok has anything to do with age. I think TikTok is for everybody.
It is. It definitely is. There's definitely something for everyone on TikTok.
I've seen a very old man get like millions of views.
Yeah.
And Edgar says that he also wasn't into Vine.
Okay, well then I could see why he was not drawn to TikTok. But listen, I guarantee you, for whatever you're into, there's a following on TikTok for it, for even comics.
That's what I'm saying. I just feel like TikTok is filled with so many things.
There's definitely like a whole community on TikTok for it.
Okay. And so sorry to be off topic, but your curls are popping. Sonia, that's never off topic. When people tell me that my curls are popping, I love you for it because if anybody knows, when you're a curly hair person, you have such a love-hate relationship with your hair. Because one minute I'm like, I love my hair. And the next minute I'm like, I'm going to cut this shit all the fuck off. So thank you so much for that comment. That is very sweet of you. And then Melissa says, I got into social media for the comments. And that is why she's my friend. Because I stay in the comments. I love reading the comments.
For real, you stay in the comments.
Because the comments are...
You live in the comments. I cannot go through comments the way you go through comments. I can't.
But there's a reason why I go through comments the way that I do, because I feel like when you read comments on certain videos, it gives you a true sense of the pulse of the world. You really get to know people in comments, because I feel like personally, a lot of people think that things are really like black and white, but when you read comments, they are not. Comments are filled with such fuckery, and I love it.
I agree with you, because sometimes when we go through the comments together, I get a pretty good laugh out of it.
And I can't even tell you how many times you've been like, well, what is this about? Or what is that song? And I'm like, hang on a second. And I go like 2 seconds into the comments, and it's there for me. People be on their fucking game in the comments.
I like people's sarcasm in the comments. That shit is funny as hell.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like being on social media, especially on some of these funny videos, and how many times have we been on TikTok and I've seen a video that I 100% identify, I'm like, holy shit, that is me.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, today I had a friend send me a TikTok about how I constantly love to cancel plans. When she's just like, I actually wasn't going to come. I know that you invited me 3 weeks ago, but I actually had never intended to ever really come. I said I was going to, but a bitch was lying. That'd be me.
Yeah.
So, moving away from TikTok, let's go into some things that were on TV that really made the year for me. And Hamilton.
No. You know, I wasn't...
Please talk about it.
Hamilton wasn't even like a thing for me. You know, like I heard a lot about it. I really, I'm not too... I enjoy theater, but I'm not too much into it.
And we've seen some great
And we've gone to quite a few shows on Broadway and enjoyed all of them. I've enjoyed all of them. I'm just not like a...
You're not a theater buff,
I'm not a theater buff, but Hamilton, man, that thing rocked me.
And I think it rocked you because you did not expect to see what you saw.
No, totally blindsided me. I did not see any of it coming, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah.
And I would watch it again, at least a couple times.
And I think, too, what really wrapped that shit up for you was the fact that we got to see the interview of Lin-Manuel Miranda talk about how he made Hamilton.
Yeah. We talking about the music when we watched?
The music.
Yes.
Well, he wrote and scored. Like,
Yes.
That's his thing. That's his baby. But when we watched it, I feel like you identify with that hustle that he had.
Yeah.
You know, you were like, there's this one little clip where he talks about that he got invited to a Christmas party of his friends. It was an hour train ride from Brooklyn into Manhattan. And during the train ride, he put down the tunes for one of the songs in Hamilton, went to the party, had one drink, said, see you later, I got to go back, and then finished the rest of the song on the way back home. Yep. So if you haven't seen Hamilton on Disney Plus, I highly recommend it unless you have seen it in theater, which I'm fucking somewhat jealous of.
Yeah.
Because
I would love to see that in theater.
I don't know about you, we looked into Hamilton tickets.
Yeah, we did.
And them shits were hella expensive.
Yeah.
Like, I think for us to sit decently, it would have cost us $650, $700 to go see Hamilton.
Each ticket.
Was it each?
I believe so, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, they were outrageous.
So, Muncie, welcome to the stream. So nice to see you. And then Edgar saying that he seriously doesn't have time. So, Edgar, just message one of us your phone number. I will make sure just to send you TikToks on the regular. And you will understand what it's about.
I don't think Edgar's into cat videos, Gina.
Listen, it's not just fucking cat videos.
That's all your feed is cat
That is not true. Edgar would enjoy all of the Star Wars and comic TikToks that I watch.
Possibly.
I watch a lot of those, Evo.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad that you were like not making me seem like I'm just some crazy cat lady that only watches fucking cat TikToks. And then Muncie says, mine is up on top today. It's so rainy and yuck here in Dallas. It actually was kind of nice here today. I actually went on a bike ride. And then Muncie says that her hair's up. Okay. So, and then Melissa says that Hamilton was everything. And then Muncie says that she loves theater. And I just think it was amazing to be able to see such a fucking production that I myself probably would have never been able to afford. And I got to watch it in the comfort of my home. Yeah. And was still fucking blown away. I know that in theater it was probably amazing, but it was a great experience for me. And we've seen quite a bit of theater productions, and I feel like it was still.
It was the best theater show that I've seen to date.
So why don't you share with me like maybe 2 of the things that you have, or 3 of the things that you have, and like we'll go back and forth because I feel like we may have some of the same things, if not.
So one of the top things that 2020 gave us was. For me, it was the year of the DIY.
Oh, okay.
2020 was definitely the year of the DIY. Like if I cannot think that at some point you didn't at least do something out of the ordinary that you wouldn't do as a handyman at home because you had the extra time.
Or handy woman.
Or handy woman. Sorry, I do apologize.
No, don't be sorry. It's just it's a regular saying. I'm trying to be like.
And I know this for a fact because I follow the stock market. And Home Depot stock went nuts. I mean, like.
What about Lowe's?
Home Depot and Lowe's. But Home Depot more than Lowe's. And, I missed that train because I just, wasn't.
Anticipating?
I wasn't anticipating it. And I just really don't trade Home Depot. But, man, let me tell you something. You think about it. You hear it. People are doing a lot of stuff. But numbers don't lie. Home Depot made out like a bandit.
And I think you and I 100% can concur to that. Like, at the height of the pandemic, I was like, you want to paint?
Yeah.
We were painting like fools.
We did all types of stuff. Types of stuff.
I think we're about to hit round 2 of that.
Yeah. And so Home Depot was definitely winning this year. Home Depot was a winner in 2020.
Home Depot, I think almost any home improvement store or stores that sold anything like home improvement. Like Walmart has like a little bit, in Target, they sell paint and all that kind of shit. Yeah. They were probably doing hella good.
Yeah. So that was a great thing I think that came out in 2020. Everybody got to at least do something that they didn't normally do at home. And, DIY became a niche.
I also think that a lot of people got to finish projects that were probably like on the back burner, right?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
There was a TikTok that I saw when a wife was like, look at all the things that my husband actually got to finish during COVID. All the little projects that he just had sitting around, you know, like handles were just off doors for fucking years, and the husband finally got to them because of COVID.
Yeah.
So
that's why I think that's probably that. I'm sure that had a lot to do with the reason property values went up, because everybody was just investing in their properties.
I didn't even fucking think about that. People were driving past people's houses like, did Tim just paint this fucking house?
Right? Did he just put a whole new floor in that house? I can't even imagine the shit that went down. So that was one of the good things that came out in 2020. Another good thing that came out in 2020 was that I found out that bird watching is actually a thing.
Yo, you were speaking my language right now.
Yeah, I think you had me bird watching.
You were speaking my language. Because at the height of COVID, a bitch was in the backyard with a camera and binoculars.
And you were taking pictures of birds.
I have a whole
album.
I have a whole fucking SD card full of bird pictures.
Anybody else take up bird watching through COVID? I'd like to know, because apparently it was a thing.
Bird and squirrel watching.
Yes, it was bird watching, please. Yes, thank you.
It was honestly so much fun to the point where, like, it got to the point where I was bird watching so much that I can distinguish now the different sounds that a blue jay makes versus a cardinal.
Yeah.
Because we actually have quite a bit of birds that come in our backyard, and I couldn't tell you the different sounds that they made, but now I know a blue jay from like the back of my hand because I was watching them so much, because like my routine was to like make breakfast and go sit on the back porch and look for birds. I'm pretty proud of myself though, because I took some really nice pictures.
No, you did. You definitely did. And so, you know.
So maybe we should start a Twitter feed. Hashtag birdwatching 2020, and everybody could just upload all of their birdwatching photos.
2020 birdwatching.
And when I went hiking, when I reached one of the summits, I found a group of guys that were up there birdwatching, and they were watching some like dope ass looking
I think that's definitely a thing. Like when you do go hiking, you know, to go out and see wildlife and bird. I mean, when we went hiking.
Oh my God, we saw that fucking huge ass hawk.
Came and swooped down right across our trail. It was
and it was crazy because
Tell them about what happened the other day.
And funny story.
It's my story to tell.
Oh, okay. So Mateo would like to share a story with you.
Okay, so basically what happened was everybody was out of the house. You know, I was just chilling. I was doing my chore, which was the dishwasher, right? I walked into the kitchen, and then I heard some weird sound coming from the backyard, and some big ass hawk was chasing a smaller bird in the backyard just randomly, and then it actually ended up leaving feathers in the backyard.
Yo, that hawk was not playing. He was trying to eat. He was trying to get his meal in. And then I tried to look for it. Like as soon as it flew away, I tried to go outside on the porch and see it. Completely gone.
Because when you a hawk, that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Well, in our town, we get alerts all the time about keep your small animals out of the yard, because hawks will just come down and take your little fucking chihuahua and eat that shit for a snack. Hide your kids.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
And hi, Eva. Welcome to the stream. So nice to see
Eva.
you. And look,
hide me because you're ripping everybody out.
So Eva says there were hawks. Yeah, when we went hiking, the hawk that we saw, and that shit was big.
Yes.
And I took a picture of it, and it did no justice. I took on my stupid phone.
So Eva, let me set the scene for you. So we're walking. I'm gonna set the scene for you. So we were, obviously we were walking through a certain part of the trail, and we spotted a hawk sitting in a tree up to the right of us.
We watched it fly down to the tree that it was on.
We watched it fly down, land on a branch, and sit there perched, just absorbing the area. So
absorbing or observing?
Observing. I said absorbing. Yeah. I'm sorry. He was absorbing and observing the area. And so the trail's in front of us, the trees to the right of us, up top is the hawk. And so we took a couple pictures, and then when we started to walk, the hawk decided to just jump off the branch, swoop down, and I mean, he came right across and went over the trail. It was like the dopest thing ever because
he was beautiful.
It was huge, he was beautiful, and he was at eye level, which is something that you don't see every day. So I think that made it extra special.
And I'm hoping that we get some snowfall other than the snowfall that we got the other day, because I would love to go hiking in the snow to see what's up there, because that trail is amazing. So what's one more that you have?
So another one was that I was leading into that was that I found out that biking and hiking trails was a thing for me.
It so was a fucking thing.
Yeah, it definitely was.
And
I
you
enjoyed
had
that a lot.
hella FOMO when me and Eva went. When
Yeah.
me and Eva went hiking, you were like, I can't go. I got work. And I was like, aw, see you later.
You definitely pieced me out.
Yo, I pieced you out so hard. Yes, and so Eva's saying that she has FOMO, but let me tell you, my friend and I, we were hiking. I don't know who the fuck we thought we were.
I don't know who y'all thought y'all
We
were.
thought we were She-Ra and She-Hulk because we were like, hiking?
Yeah.
We do this. Because we hiked for like, I don't know, 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We got to like a halfway point and she looked at me. She was like, you want to keep going? I was like, I didn't come here to bullshit. Did you come here to bullshit? 'Cause I didn't come here to bullshit.
Sound like Kevin Hart right now.
Right? And then we hiked another like 3 hours, 8.5 miles into the hike. I'm like, so does this hike loop or what? And we had to go back. We had to follow our trail back, which was another 8 miles in the same direction. So we wind up hiking 16 miles in one day, and I want to say that I felt like a champion. And so we got to one point where I was like, is there more rocks?
You know what I just imagine like you guys getting to like that 4 mile mark, right? Or 4 hour mark.
Yeah.
Right? And then talking to those people and then being like, if you want to go to where you're going, you got to turn around.
Yeah. Well, true story. We bumped into some people because we didn't realize that the trail didn't loop. And one of the guys that we bumped into, I wound up knowing him, fucking crazy. And he goes, yeah, if you actually keep following this trail, it's the Appalachian Trail. You bitches will wind up in Maine.
At that moment, I just pictured one of you guys going, bruh.
Bro.
Bruh. What?
And we were like, all right, fuck it. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. So we go back, and me and my friend Eva are having the best time. But I want to say the last 2 hours, we were like, is that more rocks?
Yeah, I know. Hey, listen.
My feet were like...
I feel your pain.
Because we were hiking for 4 hours, and you were coming down.
That descent down those rocks, that was a little tough.
Let me tell you something. You made me feel like this big. We did
On the
that
way
hike
up.
on the way up. You were like, beep.
What?
You were smoking me, right? And then I was just like, am I out of shape? What's happening here? And then we get to the top. And then we start to descend, and you're just like, I need to take a break.
Yo, it was that constant. It was that constant hitting rocks. Meanwhile,
I was just like, me.
It was Boulder City. Couldn't do it.
A half hour of that, I'd be pissed.
Listen, the trolls are out tonight, bro.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway, so yeah, on the way back down, I couldn't believe that you needed to slow up. But because like it just made me realize that a trail can do that to somebody. A trail can really rip you apart as a person. You could think that you a champion, and then you hit a part of the trail, and you're like, I need a breath.
Yeah, I thought I was like, especially when we made it to the top, and then we started making our way down. I was like, oh man, I got this.
I don't know why when you said that, all I think is that to the top, make it drop, got that wet. Okay, sorry, I digress.
You just got banned.
All right, what else do you have for us? And that was great. I do love that.
Yes.
I feel like so many people got to do that this year, and it was such a beautiful
So
thing.
another amazing thing that we got out of 2020 was that Disney gave us the Mandalorian.
Yo, let's get a fun round.
Can we get a round of applause for that? 2020 Mandalorian, thank you.
If you have not seen The Mandalorian by now, I like, even if you're not a Star Wars fan, I don't think that it matters. I think that
it doesn't.
I don't think that it matters, even though there are parts in The Mandalorian that, like, if you know the Star Wars universe, you'll be even more amazed, but it still doesn't, because you don't know as much as I do, and you still fucking love it.
For somebody who, The Mandalorian wasn't that significant of a character.
Correct.
To me.
Correct.
I thoroughly enjoyed The Mandalorian, and I look forward to every.
Well, it's on tonight.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed the first season.
The first season was really good.
Yeah.
Second season is fucking great.
Exactly, and the second season is great, and I look forward to every single episode.
And Edgar says Baby Yoda.
That's the man.
So,
well, that's the baby.
Edgar, I don't know how far you are into The Mandalorian, but his name has been divulged.
Yes, it has.
So we know that he has
a name which we shall not speak.
He is of that genus, but he has a name that shall not be spoken.
It shall not be spoken. Not to spoil it for you.
So now that you say The Mandalorian, that makes me think about on Disney, Beyonce, Black is King.
Yeah.
I honestly, at first, was just kind of, because, and I said this before on past lives. Please don't come for me, people. Be a fucking beehive. I'm not a Beyonce fan, but I'm not a Beyonce hater, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when she came out with Black is King, I watched it and I enjoyed it because there was so much visual representation.
What?
And it made a lot of conversation between my friends and I about, what Black is King was about.
Right.
And there were things in that whole, series that, I missed. And I had to have friends kind of point out to me some of the symbolism in it.
Yeah, there was a lot.
And, Beyonce, I take my hat off to her because a lot goes into a production like that. And for her to do it for an album, it says a lot about who she is.
Bro.
She's a Virgo. And she actually shares a birthday with my best friend, September 4th.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the reason why Jay-Z's album was 444, because Beyonce's September 4th and Jay-Z's December 4th. Forget what the last 4 stands for, but she's a Virgo, and Virgos tend to be perfectionists.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see why she puts that much shit into her stuff, because I enjoy Black is King. And also, as a woman, I love to see women doing the damn thing like that. Because I feel like you always don't see women at that level.
Yeah.
And I've also heard rumors that Beyonce is, I don't want to say hard to work with, but she is not easy to work with.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you are visionary like that, yeah, probably not. You're probably not that easy to work with.
No, probably not. I mean, it takes a lot to be able to work with someone of that caliber.
So Edgar says just started season 2.
Nice.
So Muncie says stop. I'm not sure what she's talking about. If I'm trying not to give you spoilers.
We are not giving out any more details.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna say that Baby Yoda has a name.
And I just had to thank Disney for that.
Thank you, Disney.
Thank you, Disney. Another amazing thing that came out of 2020 that I think was just, it was beauty in its own right, was that Fleetwood Mac got to top the charts again.
Yo, fuck! I love you for saying that.
Let me tell you something. The fact that in a moment where we're living in COVID, nostalgia was strong.
Yeah. 420 Dogface, bro. He did it.
You, that's like the flower sprouting through the toxicity of the earth.
Right? And if you don't know who 420 Dogface is, get your ass on TikTok.
And the most, I guess even more beautiful part about it was that it became what it was through an unfortunate event of a regular person.
Yes, and he made something so amazing. I'll never forget the moment I saw that video. I showed it to you right away.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, but he's living his best life.
I fucking want to be this dude.
The fact that he was living his best life in a pandemic.
Listen to Fleetwood
Mac on his way to work on his longboard
because his car broke down.
It's just something that you can't buy.
Yeah, you forgot the part where he was drinking
Ocean Spray cranberry juice.
I mean, everybody knows that.
And I just think that that is the epitome of taking 2020 by the balls and saying, you know what, fuck you.
Yeah.
This is who I am. This is the predicament that I've been given, and I'm just gonna do what I got. So, you have something?
One more.
Okay,
one more.
Well, you know what? Before you get to that, I'll share one of mine, and then you can share one of yours. So, you were saying Fleetwood Mac. So, I think one of the things that I thought was a lot of Americans were fucking nuts about during this pandemic, which you and I did not watch, was Tiger King.
Oh. I could care less.
The only thing that I know about Tiger King is Carol Baskin. I don't know nothing about Tiger King, but
killed her husband, whacked him.
She killed her husband, she whacked him. Carol Baskin.
Can't convince me that it didn't happen. I can sing the whole song.
Let me tell you something. The fucking craziness that happened from 2020 because of Carol Baskin and Tiger King, So many people were asking me if I had watched Tiger King, and then I would go, no, I haven't watched it. Is it good? And they were like, it's all right.
Yeah.
I'm like, then why are you over here protesting to me about Tiger King when it's not even, you're not even in love with it.
Yeah.
If I tell you to watch something, it's because I'm in love with that shit. But at the height of COVID, Tiger King just really did it for people.
Yeah.
And now I hear that there's actually going to be a TV movie
Oh,
made.
no, please pass. I'm good.
And supposedly, don't quote me on this, but Woody Harrelson is supposed to be playing the husband from Lion King.
What? Woody,
from
don't.
Lion King. When I say Lion King, from Lion King, Tiger King. I'm
No,
fucking
Woody,
that all up.
Woody, please don't do it.
So
Eddie says he watched Tiger King and watched one episode and he was done.
I could not do like.
I watched the preview to it and I was
And I was
done.
like, what?
No.
What is the hype about this? But there's actually some other things that I feel like in 2019 and in early 2019 that people were like, oh my God, did you watch this?
You know
And
what
I'm
it is?
like,
People,
no.
but people love drama. And there was definitely some
Okay.
reality drama
Okay.
in it. And you have
For
to.
that, I watched the first 48.
Right, but you have to add the whole aspect of you're talking about people raising wild animals, and you add country drama to that. You know, it's definitely somewhat. You can just kind of think about it as being like somewhat of one of those things where you don't want to watch, but you still can't stop watching it.
It's like a car accident.
Like a car accident, you know?
Like
yeah.
you drive past it and you shouldn't be looking, but you can't stop fucking looking
exactly.
at it.
So, I think that's what it was.
Oh, God. I honestly had no desire to watch that, but I will say it brought me joy to know that so many people were talking about it because, it was a nice distraction. And like Melissa says, 2020, a lot of people felt like this during 2020. And then Eddie says Fleetwood Mac, I knew was a music aficionado that night by the campfire.
Yes, sir.
You Evo played
The only playlist.
The only
playlist, yo.
when we went camping. That should have go down in history. And I will say, we did some amazing shit this year. We did a lot of outdoor shit. We got to spend some time with family that was really great and beautiful. And I honestly don't think that it would have been possible without what was going on in the world because things got slowed down.
Yeah.
So we had more time to process.
Yeah.
And I wasn't working as much because 2019, I was on 3 movies. So, and I was on movies for large parts of the year where a bitch wasn't going anywhere but to work in the summertime. Yep. And then Muncie says, yeah, no, Tiger King. And then Eddie says, Tiger King, watch 1 episode and I was done. And then Edgar says, Beyonce movie Black is King reminds me of Madonna's Evita. Just a star power, star power, not about plot. And then Muncie says, did y'all know that Lester Tiny died DeVoe on Friday? Lester Tiny? And then Melissa says she never watched Tiger King. Okay, so I'm going to look up who Lester Tiny is?
Yeah,
I'm totally taken back. But do you have anything else for us?
I actually have 2 more things. So, one thing that I thought was amazing was that a 103-year-old grandma.
Oh, I saw this.
Beat COVID and celebrated with a Bud Light. I mean, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
How is that not a beautiful thing, man? Especially, since COVID was rampant amongst the elderly. So I thought that was amazing. And then so.
Oh.
Let me see.
Mateo.
Let me see.
Debo.
Oh, Debo. You should have said.
She said Devo.
Devo is Debo from Friday.
Oh, wow.
No, I didn't know he died.
I did not know that he died. That makes me sad. I love Debo. Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that makes me
Fucking
sad.
2020. It does make me sad because when he was just like,
my bike punk.
My bike punk.
Why does he look so familiar?
He's from Friday.
I don't know if he was into Friday.
In addition to that, he was also in the Batman movie. At the end when they're on the ship and they're trying to decide who's going to detonate the bomb,
Yeah.
And he was
Oh,
he's like, give it to me, and I'm gonna do what you should have did a long time ago. The fact that I know that, I need help, ladies and gentlemen. I need help because I just be pulling.
Okay, yeah, that's where I recognize him.
That's where you know him from. You know him from Batman.
And so an honorable mention for 2020. That's neither good or bad, but it definitely happened to everybody. Cat Williams said it best. Either you was small or got big, or you was big and got small. Either way, we fucking.
Either way,
we fucking. There was a lot of people who like went on a journey one way or the other. To either fitness
or the COVID-15 is what they call it.
Or the COVID-15.
The COVID-15.
More like the COVID-19.
Oh, COVID-19.
They came the COVID-19. So,
and you know what's crazy to me? I think there's not a person, and this is my honest opinion. No one should be judging anybody what they were doing through this time.
But I just think that
whether you were in the gym, whether you were fucking eating Oreos, drinking your life away, I don't care. 2020 was an unprecedented year, and you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want during this year. Because if that's what was going to help you relieve stress, because I know for certain at one point, I actually had the app on my phone that was tracking the numbers of COVID, and I was like, I may need to like either smoke some marijuana or drink some wine in order to absorb this information that I'm getting. So I think that this is the year that like you had a pass, bro. Like whatever you did this year.
Definitely did.
Because I saw a lot of things about people being like, what did you do this year? This is the year that you should have built the business. Shut the hell up.
I mean, so for a lot of people that, you know, was unfortunate enough to be hit economically, you know, it speaks to those people because, like, you know.
Yeah, that I agree with.
Yeah, so I think that goes to that.
I do agree that 2019 for sure hit lower income families and individuals.
It was a seize the moment type of opportunity, and I think that those people, you know, definitely not all of them, but a good portion of them maybe need a little bit of fire put up underneath them.
I agree. And that's part of the reason why I don't want things to go back to normal. I think that there are a lot of aspects of the world that we lived in prior to COVID. I don't want those type of things to come back.
Yeah.
That brings me to one of the points that I have here, that we learned that homeschooling is hard as fuck, and recognize that teachers are fucking heroes.
Yo, big props
to
all the teachers out there.
Wait, what do you mean?
So teachers, a lot of parents are learning how hard it is to educate a child. So
because parents are homeschooling.
So a lot of parents were just sending their kids to school because, you know, there was jokes. Come September, parents would be like, Timmy and Tommy, see you later, motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. I'm taking you to school, and they're going to Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, and they're getting their coffee, and they're living their life.
Yeah.
And that was no longer the case. Now, mom or dad had to sit down and make sure that their child was getting an education. And I think a lot of parents realize how hard that is.
Yeah. I mean, to think about that, you know, you never really thought about that these are parents that choose to go work with kids. So it's hard enough to be a parent. Let me repeat that. It's hard enough to be a parent, but all parents got a taste of what it is to be a teacher, because most teachers are parents and they have to deal with their own kids and their own home life, and they choose to, on top of that,
anywhere from 15 to 30 other kids children
to go and work with kids.
15, 30 other children. Who says it needs to be just one class? Like in middle school and high school, they rotate. And
that's a perfect example. They're seeing it could be up to 100 kids then a day.
Yes.
I'm just thinking in an aspect of our daughter,
where there's only one teacher.
Yeah. But in your regard, in high school, your teacher's potentially seeing, you know, different groups of children up to 15 to 30 in each class.
Yeah.
Not
so
every teacher is the same though.
I agree.
So another thing, we're gonna add this as an honorable mention. 2020. Another good thing that happened was the year of the recognition for the teachers for all parents across the country.
Yeah, I honestly feel like we had parent-teacher conference for our daughter's teacher, and we talked about our daughter for about a good 5 minutes, and then the rest of the conference, I was just commending her on the job she was doing, because I watched this lady toggle between virtual, some of the students that are in class, and then when they're full virtual, her ability to keep those children's attention is mind-blowing to me.
She's great.
She's amazing. And I know that may not be the case for every child, but I commend my daughter's teacher.
Absolutely.
Because she's doing an amazing job. And my older son, I'm not so much worried about the experience that he's having with his teachers, because he's at an age now where he's just getting out of it what he needs to get out of it. And plus he's in his last year in high school. So it's a little bit different for him. But man, do I commend these teachers. In addition to that, the healthcare workers and essential workers.
Yeah.
The fact that you could still go to Target, Walmart, Home Depot, and fucking Lowe's at the height of the pandemic, and these people still had to go to work. Yo, I applaud them. Yeah. I applaud them because honestly, I was scared for my life and I was scared for my family's life. Could you imagine these people that had to get up every day and still go to work at the height of the pandemic when there was so much uncertainty? Where you didn't know if COVID was living on a bag of chips or if it was living on a cough from a human to human. So like, I applaud these people. So Elsa says, congratulations. No, many people cannot acknowledge how hard teachers work. You see? So it's, even Elsa agrees that like teachers work so hard and it's not being acknowledged. So, and then this old helmet says, is that llama drinking wine? We actually gave the llama some wine before the live because he gets live himself.
He was sipping on a white cup because he's got a little lean going on to him, so he's chilling.
Yeah, my boy faded right now. No cat.
So you see stay-at-home moms in a new light, Melissa says.
Yeah, you do.
100% true. And I can even tell you, my husband and I, we share the responsibility somewhat for our daughter. You work a little bit more than I do, so I want to say our responsibility right now, if I had to give a number, like 70-30. 70% of the time, or
when
maybe
it comes
80-20,
to homeschooling, yes.
Maybe even 80-20. 80% of the time.
80-20. It's an 80-20 hard.
Yeah, definitely 80-20. I'm 80% of the time schooling Ava. And 20% of the time when I have jobs here and there, you're doing it. And I can easily say that you did virtual school Ava for one day, and I called you and I was just like, hey, how'd it go today? And you were like, well, actually, it was pretty rough. And I felt for you because I knew exactly what you were going through. But rewind 2 years ago, could you imagine that's the conversations that teachers were having amongst each other? Like, how was your day? Well, today, I almost popped Tommy's head right off of his shoulders, right?
To be in the teacher's lounge.
So then, Edgar says, in New York, there are class size limits in our contracts, and not so good principals have been trying to have one teacher with 80 students.
What?
And I know Edgar is speaking directly from experience because he is an educator.
Yeah.
And then Muncie says, with not many supplies at the hospitals, reusing our masks, crazy.
I'm sorry to hear that, Muncie.
So I want to say now, based on Muncie's comment, that she is in the medical field and Edgar's in the education field. So they're speaking directly from experience. This is why I applaud people in this industry, because the type of circumstances that they were dealt is unprecedented. And then this old helmet, the llama lean. We all see it at some point in our lives.
Yes, sure did.
Yo, the old helmet, that is the quote for the night, the llama lean.
The llama lean.
Cheers to that. So some other things that came out of 2020, and then we're about 20 minutes to 9 where we come to the end of the live, and then we get into our top 5 for the night. Some other things that I just want to touch on that happened in 2020 that I think were really amazing, and one of them was a lot of Americans adopted animals or fostered, which you and I are guilty of that. We got our kitty Kylo at the height of the pandemic, and I had actually been wanting a cat for quite a while, even though we have 2. Now we have 3. I wanted another cat because I'm such a lover of animals, and I was just like, I feel like we have a big home. We could give another home to an animal in need. And it was such a beautiful thing to see on TikTok how many people were adopting and fostering animals.
That's great.
He can make a little guest appearance because He keeps coming down here and playing. I keep throwing his toy away, and he keeps coming
Say
down.
hi.
What up, bro?
That's our
That's our adopted 2020.
little
Our COVID
adopted
kitty.
badass COVID
And
kitty.
on top of that, he's a black cat, which
Right.
makes it even better.
He's the best. So that made me so happy to hear because I feel like a lot of people were looking for a different type of companionship.
Yeah,
People were looking for an animal,
yeah.
a dog or a cat or a bird or whatever it was to keep them
I didn't
company.
think about that. Yeah, I
yeah,
like that.
they were looking for They were looking for something to keep them company and to receive unconditional love. And because of that, a lot of animals that were in need of a home got a home.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
I think, again, nature kind of won. You know, humans went to give a home to an animal. In addition to that, there are two things that happened that maybe they weren't such a big thing, but I'm really happy about them. Crayola came out with a complete box of colors to show diversity in skin colors.
Well, I would see how you would appreciate that as a makeup artist.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you made that connection. I'm so glad that you made that connection.
Matching skin tones is your thing. And so the fact that Crayola, a children's company,
Yeah.
came out with a Crayola line.
I wouldn't consider. Yeah, okay.
It's a children's company because
I mean, I don't know. I like to color
yeah, but it's marketed
to children.
to children.
Yes, you're right.
You know, so that is amazing.
I honestly remember growing up and thinking to myself, how come there aren't darker shades of brown to color these pictures? I remember thinking that as a kid. So what I would do was sometimes is I would take the brown and I would put a little bit of black in it just to make it like a little bit of darker. Because or I would take the tan shades and I would put a little bit of brown in the tan
To make
and
it
a
like
little
chocolate.
bit, yeah, to make it like a chocolatey, because I needed to see variation.
Yeah.
Especially as a person of color, when you don't see the diversity in your world and you don't see it in representation in books and coloring, it really can like take a toll on you.
Yeah, sure.
So I applaud Crayola. It only took them, I don't know, 20 years, but thank you. And last but not least, before we get into the top 5, wearing sweatpants in the house and t-shirts have become a fucking... It is accepted.
So can I interject here for a second?
It is 100% acceptable.
So
Loungewear.
here's the funny thing, right? And Gina can verify this. I'm the type of guy, I wake up in the morning and I like to come downstairs semi-presentable. This is just me. And if I'm stepping out the house and I'm going somewhere, I'm putting on kind of an outfit on. I may make it seem effortless, but there is somewhat of an effort to it.
I mean, I do too.
Yeah, right? But, I mean, from a guy standpoint, though, like most guys are just kind of like whatever, you know?
You think so?
Most guys.
Okay.
I didn't say all guys. I
Okay.
said most guys. You know,
Okay.
there's a lot of guys out there who don't feel that way. But for somebody who, you knew that, I mean, I got at your job, you know,
Yes, they used to call you fresh to death.
they used to call me fresh to death because I'd go drop her off at 7:30 in the morning, and like
Evo had 3 pounds of gel in
bro,
his hair.
I'd walk into this place looking fresh to death, you know, just a whole outfit on, and I even fell into the whole sweatpants thing. Like,
Yo, let me tell you something.
it was honestly, it was a good experience.
I don't know about you, and I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen in the audience, but when I would wash clothes and I would re-up all my sweatpants and all my t-shirts, I'd be folding them and be like Monday,
It was like
Tuesday,
it was like
Wednesday.
it was like in Super Mario's when you one up. It's like ding 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 ding.
Yo, I be feeling like a champ when I wash my clothes and like I re-up on my loungewear.
Sweats your loungewear.
I literally used my Gap card one time this year. You know what my Gap card was used? To buy 7 pairs of sweatpants.
Goddamn 47.
She said there's 13 calories. I'm sorry if nobody doesn't know what that's
we
from.
have these little side comments that we do off camera all the time, and I'm sorry that I bring that into the live.
So let me just take a moment to say, if you're enjoying our live, and I hope you are, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. That's how
Yes.
we will continue to grow. In addition to that, please share us with your friends and your family. And like this live tonight if you're enjoying our live, because it is something that will help us grow overall, because we want to continue to be here for you every Friday. And we can continue to do that if you like and subscribe and share with your friends and family.
Absolutely. So Eddie says, LMAO, yo, my loungewear game shot up 100 during COVID-19.
At the supermarket, Costco, dropping the kids off at school, I was sweatpants
yes,
happy.
Sir.
But that's what I'm saying. And then Edgar says, Crayola 72 pack with the sharpener in the 80s was groundbreaking. And then Muncie says that she loves black cats. Thank you, because we love ours.
Yeah.
He's kind of annoying, but we still love him.
He's a mother trucker.
And so Edgar says, I have an outdoor outfit ready at all times, even when I had to do remote teaching. There you go. That was me. But somehow, some way, I don't know, something happened, and I fell into like the sweat outfit wear. And I just started, I was still like kind of making an outfit, but it would be a sweat outfit. I'd be in like, a nice shirt with some sweatpants on and some socks.
Who saw you from below the waist? Nobody.
Oh, yeah,
But I will say this live has helped us have some normal, see when it comes to our clothing. Because we're like, guys, we're going live tonight.
We gotta get ready.
What are we going to wear? Because I don't want to just go in sweatpants because a bitch trying to grow.
Yeah.
So I want to be somewhat presentable.
Absolutely.
So this is something. And before we get into the top 5, one of the things that I think was really great for Evo and I in 2020, Shit Talk Fridays came out of 2020.
Yes, it did.
I started Shit Talk Fridays in April of 2020. And I started it because I felt like there was a need for people to laugh and have a good time. I wanted people to be able to join together and be able to chat and have a good time and have fun and not think about all of the shit that was going on in the world, whether it was COVID, politics, hornets, fucking vaccines, Trump, Biden. I wanted people just to get on here and have fun.
And just talk shit.
And that's where Shit Talk Fridays came from. So that is going to end our wrap up for 2020 as far as some of the highlights.
Yeah.
And let's get into our top 5 tonight.
So starting off our top 5.
Wait, real quick. So Muncie says 2020, I found y'all live to get me through the week. Thanks.
Thank you.
That makes us so happy, and this is
we love you for that.
That is exactly why we started.
That's exactly why we come here every Friday, to join you guys and just talk some shit. So with that, this week's top 5 is
I'm ready.
2020's top 5 oh shit moments.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. So you just think about those moments that, for whatever reason, one way or another, something came across your radar and you were like, oh shit.
Must have been a ghost then.
Must have been a ghost then?
Do you not know where that came from?
No. You have to,
elaborate
on me on that later.
I poured more in yours than I did mine.
That's okay.
Yeah,
you got.
I'll just drink yours.
Oh, yeah.
Timo says she likes your pants.
Well, thank you. I'm glad we finally agree on something, since Hawkeye is not just we're not eye to eye
trash.
Yeah. So coming in at number 5.
I'm excited for this because I actually don't know these. I let Evo do these in secrecy.
So number 5 is a video that I came across on social media, TikTok, and it's a video of a guy driving down the highway with a dash cam on.
Okay.
And there's a lot of those going around, right?
Correct.
But this one in particular made me go, oh shit, because I couldn't believe what the fuck just happened. Guy's driving down the road, dash cam on the highway, and out of nowhere, a motorcycle zooms past him on the right side, cuts into his lane. He's on the left lane. The guy brakes, goes too short, slams into the back of a car in front of him.
I saw you showed me.
Does a front flip and lands on the hood of the car like fucking Spider-Man. Holy fucking shit, I've never seen anything like that in my life. And I've seen a lot of car crashes.
Which Spider-Man, though?
I don't give a fuck.
Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield.
They all land on their goddamn toes.
Or what's the Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse?
Miles Morales?
Miles Morales. Listen.
It would be him.
It would definitely be him. Lands on the top of the fucking hood like who done it. you would have thought this shit was a fucking movie. It was like a stuntman or some shit like that. But
it was Mission Impossible.
It was definitely Mission Impossible.
I actually, I wish we could play these things for them without getting fucking notes like the copyright issues.
I feel like most of them have seen this.
You think so?
I hope so.
Please tell me if you've seen this video that Evil's talking about with this motorcycle and a guy face planting on a fucking car.
He's going too fast.
Oh look! So Melissa says she's seen the video of the man on the hood.
He's going way too fast for his own goddamn. He has no business going this fast. Slams into the back of a fucking car. Front flips onto the roof. Craziest shit I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of accidents. I'm into those shits. I like to watch like those fucking accidents on fucking on social media.
Yo, you know that we're getting to the latter part of the live when you start dropping the F-bomb like 3-4 times.
Motherfucker. Coming in at number 4's oh shit moment.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Number 4 is Kanye West ran for motherfucking president.
Oh my god!
And 60,000 people voted for him. Holy shit! Who the fuck are these people?
Wait, he said he was gonna do it.
But 60,000 people voted.
Okay. First of all, I was not
what?
I was not expecting you to say that.
Come on, man.
And I'm just like, yo, that idiot really did
oh my god, holy shit. I can't.
That was definitely an oh shit moment because for certain when Kanye was like, I'm gonna run for president and he was tweeting about it and then he did that rally in somewhere in the South, I forget, because does it really matter? And he was talking about like how Kim was gonna abort their first child, and he had a bulletproof vest on. I was like, this man is off his meat rocker right now.
My oh shit moment was when I found out 60,000 people voted for him.
You know what's funny? I actually was talking to our oldest son, Anthony, and he said that one of his friends did a mail-in ballot for fucking Kanye.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Because
at least he's a man of his word, though.
I think it's kind of like a Rage Against the Machine, where that guy was just probably like, Anthony's friend was probably just like, man, fuck this shit, I'm going for Kanye, bro. So, and once he says that was some craziness.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, listen, I get it to a certain extent. Kanye probably thought, okay, people probably wanted another option. But I will say this. If Kanye was in his right mind, because he's not, and I'm sorry, and I'm not saying that mean. I don't think he's in his right mind. But if he was in his right mind, and he started his campaign trail at the right time, do I think that Kanye could have potentially had a real chance? Yes. Yeah. But he decided just to be like, he woke up one day, he rolled over, he looked at Kim, he goes, I'm gonna run for president. And Kim went, okay, baby, that sounds like a good idea, huh?
What the heck does Kanye know about politics?
He doesn't know shit. But you know what? You don't need to know shit about politics. You just need to have a team that can tell you what to say, right?
That's right.
But poor Kanye. So Edgar says, oh shit moment, having the largest school system in the country with 1.1 million plus students, NYC going remote with only 3 days prepare. Holy shit.
Damn.
Talk
about we have just lost cabin pressure.
Scared the cat.
So, and then Eddie says, yo, Mateo is like your Gelman from Live with Kelly. Oh, yes! Our Gelman from Live with
exactly
Kelly and
who
Ryan. He is. Oh, he is. But, Eddie, I actually consider Mateo like our, from Joe Rogan. When, what's Joe Rogan's?
I'm not understanding any of these references.
What's Joe Rogan's,
I forget his name.
Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank right now. All right, go on to the next one. I'm going to look it up.
All right. So, coming in at number 3, oh shit moment of 2020 is our most favorite America's sweetheart couple had a motherfucking entanglement.
Wait.
Oh shit.
She said, that's what I said.
That's what I said.
That's what I said.
The movie trap. That's what I said.
And And you know, and then we
Oh my God.
and then we had an entanglement.
Yo, when I found out that shit
That
happened.
Jada and Will.
Oh man.
What was the name of the guy that she got entangled with? Because like that shit, boop, left my
Oh
brain
my
already.
God. What's the fuck was his name?
Does it matter,
No,
Mateo?
it
Can you
doesn't
look
matter.
up the name of the person that Jada Smith?
August.
Jada Pinkett-
August Alsina.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Evo, are you crying right now?
Because I'm laughing so hard.
I think you're crying right
Ah,
now
'cause
because
I'm laughing.
you know why? The minute you brought that up, can you just envision that TikTok that I saw you? She said, "That's what I said.
That's what I
I was
said.
entangled."
She was like, I was in entanglement. So we saw. There's a TikTok video of like two stick figure cartoons, and it's like Will Smith like. So can you just tell him what happened this year? You know, and he's like watery eyed, and Jada Pinkett Smith. She's like, yeah, I said we had an entanglement. You have to see it.
Honestly,
that shit was funny as hell.
That was the best thing, and I'm gonna tell you what I loved about that so much, Evo. I'm gonna tell you what I loved about that so much. You know, I'm a Twitter bitch.
Yeah.
I was on Twitter reading all of the things that people were saying, and people were like, "Oh my God, Will Smith! Look at him. He's in pain. He's dying." There are rumors, and I'm just gonna say this on the live, and Will Smith and Jada and Jaden and Willow, I love you.
Yeah.
But I heard your daddy's gay.
Oh, damn, Gina. Why you do that? No.
Because that's what I heard.
That's the Fresh Prince.
I know.
You can't do that to
He
him.
be getting fresh.
Fuck.
I heard that Will Smith likes men. But that doesn't mean that...
Let me see. Was he fluid? Is that what it is?
Yes, it's potentially
He's fluid.
that Will Smith likes
Hey.
men.
I don't care. That's my guy.
That doesn't make him any less my guy. I still love Will Smith, but
Yeah.
I'm going to say this because people drag Jada because of that. I'm going to say this. I 100% believe that they have an arrangement. I think Jada can do what she wants to do, and I think Will can do what he wants to do. That doesn't mean that doesn't diminish their love any at all because they have two beautiful children together. They have raised a beautiful family together. I just think they get to have fun on their own spectrums. But I just think what happened is that August fucking spilled the beans.
I don't know.
And then Will went to Jada and went, I got my dudes to shut the fuck up. Why can't you get your dudes to shut the fuck up? Now we gotta talk about this shit.
Man, that you out there right now. I don't know. That's a conspiracy and a half.
Okay.
CONspiracy.
Yo, we're gonna get blacklisted again, right?
Again.
I'm gonna put this shit on TikTok. They're gonna be like, what? Will Smith is gay. That's it. Delete them right now. And Eddie says, LMO, laughing my ass off, entanglement.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like that should have been number one.
Well,
That shit was amazing. We actually have 1 minute left. So, are we at number one now?
no, we're at number 2.
Number 2?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
great.
coming in at number 2, it's a little bit of a taking it down a notch.
Aww.
It's a bit of a sad moment, but it was definitely an oh shit moment because like amongst all like, you know, you're hearing COVID and cases spreading and numbers flying and, you know, it's all kind of surreal.
Yeah, for real.
But the moment that it went oh shit for me is when I heard that Tom Hanks got COVID. Yo, that hurt. That hurt me.
I love you for saying that.
Yo,
You know
I'm
how
sorry.
I feel about Tom Hanks?
Yes, I think a lot of people feel that way about Tom Hanks, and I was like, oh.
And he got it
shit.
in Australia. And Tom Hanks is a national treasure, and he must be protected at all times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One of my favorite movies of all time is
Tom Hanks
Forrest
is
Gump.
untouchable, and the fact that he got COVID means that ain't nobody safe. Nobody's safe.
And to add on to that, Tom Hanks' son is on another level, yo. I don't even know what that kid is about, but I will just say, and Melissa says, Tom Hanks, he's like my movie dad. I love him.
Yes.
I love Tom Hanks. I don't know what it is about him, but I will say this about Tom Hanks. He has spanned 3 decades for me. I have watched Tom Hanks in the 80s. I have watched Tom Hanks in the 90s. Oh my God, 4 decades at this point. I watched Tom Hanks in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and now the new decade that we're in. Like, I've watched him in every decade of my life. 4 decades I've watched Tom Hanks. So to know that potentially Tom Hanks could die of COVID, oh shit.
Yeah,
Right?
for real. That was it for me. I was like,
because if Forrest Gump was gonna go anywhere, I needed
Yeah.
like I'd have been like Jenny running across the water,
Yo.
like Forrest.
Tom Hanks has so many places in my heart from all the characters that he's played in all the movies that he's played. The fact that he got COVID, they all got COVID, and that shit hurt. That shit hurt.
So Muncie says, wait. So Eddie. Okay, wait. I gotta read this. Right. So Eva says, haha, Melissa, me too. So she believes that Tom Hanks is like a movie dad.
Yeah, he is.
Eddie says that Tom Hanks is a national treasure. I agree. That's what I said. And then Muncie says Tom Hanks and his wife, they were so real about it too, which I appreciate that about them. And then Mr. Jones says, I knew Tom Hanks would survive COVID because he was on
because he was on an island for years and survived. You goddamn right,
Yo,
Mr.
wait.
Jones.
Holy shit! He said, this motherfucker survived Castaway. He's gonna live through COVID.
He said he's got Wilson, and it's good to go.
Mr. Jones, between you and the other comment tonight, that is the comment of the night.
Cheers to that.
That will go down in 2020. Okay? And then Edgar says another ocean moment, the death of Chadwick Boseman. Of course.
Yes.
Like, listen. Yo, Wakanda forever, bro. Chadwick Boseman will go down in history. He did something for the Marvel Universe that no other actor will be ever able to do. And I love him for that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that. And Mr. Jones says Williams. And then Vanessa says Shaz is laughing his ass off. This is what I was like. I know that. Oh my God, it's 9:02. And we have to wrap this up for the night. Because, like, bitch got to go tonight.
So, coming in.
Oh, number one. I'm excited. Ew, I'm excited.
Coming in at number one, something happened in 2020 that has never happened in the history of one of the longest standing families in Europe.
Woo!
Prince, what's his name? His name escapes me. Prince
William?
Prince Williams and
William? Prince William? You said Williams?
Williams. Prince
Wendy
William.
Williams? Come on, get it right.
Prince William and Meghan Markle left the fucking royal family.
Yo, he said the black and the berry, the sweet and the
Yo,
juice.
that
See you later.
that motherfucker said once you go black, you never go back. He said, I'm out, and dropped the mic. Holy fucking shit. What? Who does that? Yo, my man got a taste of chocolate. He said, I'm fucking breaking all history traditions. 1,000 million years of family history just shattered.
He said,
over a little bit of chocolate.
See you later.
Yo.
He said,
Yo,
a
you
bird flying over the pond with big breasts.
My man got turned.
Oh, wait, she said it's Harry. We said
Harry William,
Does it
yes.
matter?
I don't know. All I know is
Oh
that
my God.
that was the most oh shit moment I ever seen in my goddamn life, bro.
Yo, the Queen of England was like,
What?
excuse me?
Yo, he rocked generations of royalty.
Oh, I honestly, like, that was...
Over
probably-
some pum pum, nane nane
Nani,
nane.
nani,
Mata
nani,
pum pum, nane
nani,
nane.
nani. Let me tell you something. I think that was my
man.
favorite top 5 of the year, except for the top 5 best breakfast sandwiches.
Oh,
between
man.
that
was
and
a
this,
heated one.
like,
That
I
was
don't
a heated
know.
one.
I don't know. Between that and the breakfast sandwiches, I think we may need to revisit something breakfast related next year. So Eva says, he said he was afraid they were going to kill his wife like they did his mom.
Yo, you know what? Honestly, I think.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
I believe that they still had so much heat on them from Princess Di that
Really?
saved her. Yes.
Oh my God, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That makes me feel so crazy.
Yeah. So.
You know what? Let's cheers to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And listen, I know 2020 was filled with a lot of fucking shit that we all could just say, just throw the shit in the trash. But I hope we've been able to share with you some beautiful moments and some fun moments.
Yes.
And some laughable moments of 2020.
And I hope that y'all enjoyed the 2020 wrap up. It was a pleasure bringing it.
With Shit Talk Fridays. But until next Friday, because we will be live with you next Friday, and then we will be on a hiatus for Christmas and New Year's. But next Friday we will be with you. But until next Friday,